As Brisbane kick off, Cameron Munster takes the kick off and Tui Kamakamita throws himself into the Broncos defence. Pakes goes to dummy half, links up with Carrigan. Carrigan going to Hunt. Hunt dummy to Ricky, cut out pass to Arthurs. Jesse Arthurs, that stirring Melbourne defence on their own line. They drive him back.
Well, there's another set restart. There's been several in the last few minutes. The Storm will have to be careful here. There might be someone going to the bin.
And he guides it through. And a quick play the ball as well. Carrigan passing to Hunt. Hunt the stage. What a tackle. That's a great shot from Xavier Coates. And that rattled Katoni. Now King. Pappenhausen. This is lovely to Katoa. Katoa to Warbrick. Warbrick for the corner. Oh, they don't. They did very well there, Brisbane. Pakes to Walsh. Walsh to Payne Haas. Back to Walsh. And he thinks it's play on Reece Walsh. Did he get a touch? Was it off his legs?
And that's where he initially injured it. Then he was passing from right to left, which opens up that shoulder joint. He comes straight from the field. That's a disastrous sign.
Last for the Storm. It'll go to Munster. Munster kicks for the wing of Warbrick. Warbrick. Now, did he get a catch on? I think it was Broncos' hands. This is a try for Katoa. Melbourne with a hit back through Ali Katoa.
Well, I don't think it really matters because the ball always travelled back.
And restart. That's 3 in a row. Sustained pressure. It's a penalty and 10 to win.
3 deliberate ones on the 10 here and a holding the ball. Off you go.
Which winger do they kick to? Munster kicking for Coates. Coates!
Vance.
Listen to this.
Yeah, I think he might be sitting on the bench for this one, Billy.
Looks like he's going to go for 10.
Yeah.
There you go. 2 tackles left in the set. Payne Haas says, give me the ball. Throws it out the back to Walsh. Walsh skips away from them. Quick hands, the tap on to Karapani. Karapani back on an angle. He's wrapped up. 8 away. Last play. Walsh had a dummy half. Lovely ball. Piakura. Brendan Piakura's in the corner. Suncorp erupts. Brisbane extend their lead. As that kick is a 40-20.
Wow.
What a kick. Oh, he can deliver. He's flush full of talent. Plays the ball a couple of metres away. They let Haas go. Goes to Hunt. Hunt to Walsh. Walsh tries to accelerate through. Walsh with another try for Brisbane. Munster goes to Wishart. Lovely ball. It's with Katoa out to Warbrick. Surely they crack, and they do. Here come the Storm. Will Warbrick with a try. This time he passes to Staggs. They're 10 away. Penalty here. Now Walsh swinging back. He's got it.
Get it now. Oh, take the 2.
Oh, wow. Don't have to worry about it, Billy.
Oh, wow. What a mistake.
What if he misses?
He ain't missing.
Hit the upright. Crossbar. No, it's over. He's got it. Brisbane leading by 14. Liero to Wishart. Wishart with a dummy. Oh, he's good at that. Goes through. Looking for support. Pappenhausen looming up. Here goes Pappenhausen. Leaks up with Meany. Razzle-dazzle from the Storm to bring him back into the contest.
Look out.
Leading by 8. Jaden Hunt. Oh, the ball comes free. It's a penalty. It had some help. So he's taking up a fair bit of time. Time blowing on. And Walsh makes it a 2 converted try lead for the Brisbane Broncos. Pappenhausen sends them one way, goes the other. He'll go in the corner, will he? No, they stop him. It's thrown out the back. It's a knock on. Brisbane have it. They'll get the win. 15 seconds. The clock winding down at Suncorp. Melbourne still peppering Brisbane's line. And Billy Walters takes an intercept. And away they go. Josiah Karapani. Over the 10. He'll score in the corner.
Wow.
Brisbane are on their way to the top 4.
Performance all season. season and you finally got one at the right time of the year.
Yeah, I said that to the boys. We've been talking about that, and they were able to produce it. It's something there that we've talked about, taking something like that forward. So it's the right time of the year to be doing it, and obviously, a big opportunity for us.
You're now safe in the top 4 match. How does that feel to get fourth spot?
Oh, look, we actually sort of spoke about as a group, trying to work towards that. And I guess what you do know, it's a journey throughout a season, and the goal was always there about putting ourselves into that position, and I've always believed in the team. Albeit we've had some different times throughout the season. I've had big belief because the players have really bought into the training. Everyone talks about what they've done in the pre-season. Well, they did work hard because they know that that's what's required, and I think that's just the building of what we're trying to put together as a group. And you get your rewards off the back of that. So really pleased for the players, I've got to say.
It's hard to find Palmer went pretty well.
Yeah, he did okay. I don't think you'll have to worry about toilets. Look, he's a character, and obviously creates a lot of noise. But at the end of the day, he's in here training. He's doing all the work with the players, and he wants to win. And it's nice to see. He got challenged earlier in the year too about how he was how he was playing and what he was doing. So he wears a fair bit along the way as well. But to see him work with the players the way they are at the moment, it's good to see.
It doesn't seem what happens away from the field by any match either. Like that, the stakes don't get any higher than tonight in that club game.
Yeah, I'm going to go and talk about the players. Like the forward pack, they did the platform. Hunty and Billy did a great job in the halves, and allows those boys to do what they did. We had a couple of changes, and Jesse comes in and does his job. I think that's something there that I've seen within the team, is that you can't give up your spot because there's people there ready to go. We're fortunate that Jesse was able to come in and do a great job, so it gives me a good headache for the week ahead in what the team does.
Pat, did you feel like that performance was coming this week after what you've been building? And it felt like you were just on from the outset, and it really didn't go away to let Melbourne get back into the game. How did you feel like out there, and the week that you had leading in, did it feel like that was?
Yeah, it did. It's Brizzy. There's always noise here, and we touched on Walshy before, but those sort of things don't really faze the group. I think we've come accustomed to our performances are coming on the back of our preparation, and I think we prepared really well this week, and there was a really good vibe. So, mate, credit to Melbourne too. There was a lot going on in that game, penalties everywhere, sin bins, but I thought we really turned up for each other, and some of that goal line defence is stuff we've been doing with Madge since November, so that's not new to us.
That defensive resilience, was that hallmarks of 23, where that trial and desperation and just your line speed? Do you feel you've got that mongrel back?
Yeah, it's scenario based. I think we're working towards that, but we obviously understand that we like to attack and have a bit of flair, and if you turn over a lot of footy, then it puts a lot of pressure on your defence too. So I thought as a group tonight we just really brought in together and played a more of a complete performance, but there's a few fundamental areas that we need to get better in, and that's what stands out in big games.
How difficult was this week? Obviously with the game dropping this week, and then he would have been in your starting side, and then you had to shift Dean. Was there any doubt at all, throughout the course of the week, that you weren't going to make the decision, because knowing full well that you won your top 17, and then Dean pushes in and was outstanding tonight?
No, because I've got a group of leaders that were aligned in what we sort of want to achieve and what we want to do, and we've spoken about all year about the culture of what we want to try and create, and it was nice to see the crowd out there. We've got a crowd. They talk about the community. It was loud, and it was unbelievable, to be honest. You can't thank them enough. And the players love that. So that's part of what the players talk about, and they love being able to do that. And their flair in their attack brings the crowd alive, and I think the crowd came alive tonight with the way we defended, because it's something there that they've been working towards.
Brad, you talked before about spots. Is there a temptation to keep the same team? Reno come back next week, and then there's him. What do you think you'll keep the same team?
I'll assess it as it goes, Pete. At the end of the day, I'll enjoy this time with the players, and we'll assess what's right for the team. I've got a good group of leaders that we talk about these things openly and what's right for this moment in time. Some players haven't played for a bit too, so you've got to balance that out, and you've got players that have been playing in good form. So that's a judgment call that we'll make, but that'll be over the next few days.
How's Reno?
He's coming along all right. He's probably touch and go, I think, but the players that are on the sideline, they're working really hard to give themselves an opportunity. Ezra, Selwyn, Xavier, obviously Gem's there. He had to do a bit of work at this. So those players are ready to go, and that's what allows you to put yourselves in these positions.
To beat a team like Melbourne, does that give you the confidence you can beat anyone in the finals?
Yeah, I think the confidence is always there with this group. We back our ability, but it's another thing to go out there and actually perform and put in a performance like that. So really happy. I'm not sure if we are locked into the 4 or not, but you got to be on your best every week, and we know we've got a big challenge if it is to go down and play Canberra in Canberra, and but they've been the form team all year, so it's about preparing well this week, locking into your role, and then just going and getting after it. And like I said, we're not fearful of anyone, and we're going to put our best foot forward and perform when we need to.
Thanks, guys.
Well, Craig, I suppose, how do you sum that 80 minutes up?
Yeah, disappointing again, to be quite honest. We sort of started the game, looked like we lacked a whole heap of patience. Pretty undisciplined as well. A lot of penalties and 6 agains, and so biggest disappointment for me. The last 2 weeks we've had 70 points put on us. That's not a good thing, or not a good sign. Coming into finals, having that many points scored against you. So. That's the thing for me that we'll need to get a bit tougher on, I suppose.
Is that a real worry for you, Craig?
Oh yeah. Like that, I say, it's we like to pride ourselves on our defence, and obviously with the team we've got, we've probably been a bit more known for our attack, I suppose, the last couple of years. But defence is what wins big games, and big games just about to start, and we're nowhere near where we should be, in that department.
How's Jerome? Is it a wrist?
Yeah. Actually, I'm not quite sure it's a wrist or just halfway, like in the forearm. So I think they're quite sure. I think they pretty much think it's a break without doubt. He's in plaster already, so that wasn't a great idea to put him back in this week, but anyway.
So it's
I'd imagine, yeah. I haven't sort of asked that question directly, but I'd imagine it would be. Yeah.
Do we know if that passed his HIA?
No, he hasn't had it yet, so I don't know. I just asked when I went in myself, and he hadn't actually had the test, so.
And without Jerome for the finals, potentially the whole season, I guess it falls on you to step up. You can get them all the way from you.
It'd be nice. We got Pez and Wishy there, they're good quality players. I played with them the last 3 or 4 weeks before Jerome come back, so we had a really good combination, myself, Wishy and Pez. I think we lost one, and that was the Roosters together. So look, it's obviously going to be disappointing for not Hughesy having these. He's such an integral part to our attack and our defence, and he's a class player, don't get me wrong. I went down him for a reason last year, but we got some good depth in our halves. We got Wishart, got a lot of belief in those 2 guys, Peasant. I know a lot of people are going to put a lot of speculation, a lot of stuff in the headlines and media about whether we can do it or not, but that's what you sell the papers for. We got to worry about our own 4 walls, and like Belek spoke about, our defence wins games, and we've leaked how many points. And if we can work on our defence, points will come. We all individually got to have a hard look, have a good hard look at ourselves, and defensively just have an attitude problem. At the moment, the last couple of weeks, is this attitude stinks.
Did you feel like off the back of last week and sort of coming into this game to sort of right the wrongs that it had changed, and there was sort of that you felt like you'd addressed it? How did it feel going into this game?
Yeah, disappointing, leaking that much points, but we tried to address it in the week. I thought we had a great preparation. I thought we really had our heads on, but sometimes the preparation doesn't mean you're going to play well on the weekend. The attitude was all there during the week. Whether we might need something for our spending the works next week, who knows? But for us, we can't just rely on our preparation to get us through the game. So we've got to work on our defence next week. Probably like Bellyache talks about, bottom the mouth guard and get your shoulders ready for next week. And it's one of those things that we have to address, because the Dogs are a good team and they won't go away. So we've got them at home. The crowd's not going to always get us home, but it'll be nice to play in front of our home crowd, and fingers crossed we can deliver.
And what about Reece Walsh?
Yep.
Played with him in the Queensland team. you take the Broncos all the way the way he plays?
He's playing some good footy. You guys have been probably writing headlines about him being rocks or diamonds, and now he's played really good the last 4 or 5 weeks, and everyone's praising him. So it's one of those things where he's a class player. If you give some of those guys like that, like Ezra Mam, Reece Walsh, time and space, they're going to make you pay. They've got speed to burn, and speed kills in our game at the moment with the way 6 agains and all the preparation and the momentum and swings and that. But yeah, he's playing some good footy. He could take him to the promised land if he's got his head screwed on, and I'm sure he has. He's done it the last 3 or 4 weeks, and they'll be a force against the Raiders next week. But we'll obviously focus on ourselves and the review tomorrow and get ourselves ready for the Dogs.
Craig, are you worried about Nelson getting put on the board again? Obviously, you need him in that side, and you would have been disappointed with him doing 10 in the bid.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going to happen with it, but it's disappointing. It's disappointing.
If there's any clarification on the call at the other end when Morgan kicked the ball away, and then did you get any explanation on that? Was that a penalty against you guys and they got to take the 2, but you felt like he wasn't kicked away, or that there wasn't a ball in sight for Pappenhausen to pick up?
The ball was maybe 8 to 10 metres away from Paps, and he went over to the where the ball should be. It wasn't there, and he obviously didn't look at the clock and went to get the ball. And I'm not entirely sure about the rules on that. I thought you can't take the 2 off a dropout. I know he reckons we're wasting time, or is time wasting, and you can take the 2 there. But when you kick the ball, or drop the kick ball, and it goes and doesn't go 10 or it goes out in the 4 off a short dropout, you can't take the 2. So I don't know how you can take the 2 for time wasting. So a bit similar to the Broncos kicking off after we scored. They took almost a minute and a half to kick the ball off. So where's the penalty for that? But I'm not going to play the victim. We've got to have a good hard look at ourselves in certain areas that we need to focus on, and this wasn't our night.
Craig, is the desire there? Like, you've been around so many times, you've seen the title campaign. Is the desire there to go all the way?
I'm doubting that at the moment. Yep, 2 weeks of it, so we'll see next week, Pete. That's when we'll find out.
Is it there, Cameron? Like coach question. Is it somewhere?
We've got the team to do it. It's just a matter of the attitude that we've always wanted to deliver. Like last couple of weeks, everyone knows what Craig's about. He's always about perfection, and he's passionate about obviously rugby league and wanting to win. And that's what you love about your coach. But there's a couple of cracks at the moment with blokes probably with an attitude adjustment. That's all of us in our team. Like, there's no one pointing the finger at anyone. We all need to have a good hard look at ourselves and address what needs to be addressed, and that's our defence. Craig talks about the last couple of years being known for our attack. It's good to attack, but we can't defend our errors, and we have to go back to playing simple footy. That's all it is.
Can you describe your emotions at the moment?
Probably not, no. No, like I say, I'm pissed off at a few things. Other things you sort of can't, you've got to let go and let's get on with next week, We'll get on preparing for next week. So there's a few things there that needs balancing, but, and needs to be balanced. There's a few things we need to look at, without a doubt. But how far you dig into that, I'm not quite sure yet. But like I said, we'll have a bit of a look at what we think's the right thing to do, and then we'll start our preparation and move on.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.